What's going on YouTube? This is Andy the Parrot Picker. Today is Monday, January 30th. This is another edition of my Making Money Monday. This is volume 20. Today, only got a couple more days left in the month. So this is all the items I sold this past week. It was 24 items. Not an overly great week. I sold a ton of clothes. Not a lot of regular, oddball items. I know those are the items you guys all love to see, the oddball stuff that I pick up and what have you. But, a lot of clothes this week. Hawaiian Shirts, which was kind of crazy. I sold a ton of Hawaiian Shirts, it seems like. Anyway, so for the month, I'll just kind of do a quick little end of the month recap here. I sold 88 items so far this month. Got 2 days left, so hopefully we at least get that over 90. I can at least have 2 more sales in the next 2 days, which shouldn't be an issue. Let's see, we did $24.49 for gross at $15.23 net. So, by the time I paid all the bills, my cost of inventory, fees, all the other, everything, shipping and blah, 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 I ended up putting $1,500 in my pocket. So, not too bad, considering I do this part-time. For those of you, who haven't seen me before, I am a part-time reseller. I have a full-time job. I work 10 hours a day, Tuesday through Friday. Yeah, I get every Monday off. So, Mondays I get to come to you guys, make these little videos, and show you different things that I sell and whatnot. So, Anyway, this past week, like I said, I sold 24 items. I did about $600. It's okay. I'm all right with that. Typically, I like to be, a little bit higher at an average sale price of about $24.33 per item. So, a little down from where I typically am. Let me jump on my spreadsheet here, and I'll actually show you what my numbers are for the month. You can see right here. So far, like I said, we got 2 days left. But I made $25.49.91 total gross sales. So, that's a nice little number. But you can see I've spent a little over $200 in eBay fees, another $75 in PayPal fees, another $30 in I got about $100 just in PayPal. I've spent almost $400 in shipping. That number was kind of surprising. I really, until I started running this spreadsheet, I knew I spent, a decent amount of money in shipping. But now that I'm actually tracking it, I was actually kind of surprised to see that, I was like, God, I spent $400 in shipping this month. And you know what? I charge shipping for some of my items. I do free shipping on a lot. But, ultimately, when all is said and done, I'm still paying for shipping, whether I'm charging the customer or not. It's still coming out of my overall, bottom line. So, almost $400 in shipping for those 88 items. I did spend $300 on them. So that's not too bad there. But like I said, I ended up with a total net profit of $15.23. That's what I get to put in my pocket at the end of the month. So, not too bad. I was actually pretty happy with that. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes a little less, but I would take that every month. Definitely, on top of my regular paycheck. So, I had average sale price for the month on all those items was $28.98, so just shy of $29. Super happy with that. I definitely like to be over $25. I typically strive to be at that $30 range per item, which I'm super happy with. Everybody has their own models. I tend to hold my price a little bit higher than others do, but like I said, I do this part-time, not full-time. It's kind of like the way I look at it is, since I don't have as much time to put into it, I want that little higher return. And you know what? Okay, so I'm selling, we'll just say 20 items at $30 a piece versus somebody who's selling 60 items at $10 a piece. We're making the same amount of money. They're selling a whole crap load of stuff, but they're also not getting as much in return. We're doing the same thing. It works. One thing works well for them, one thing works well for me, for me or for other people. Neither one of us is doing it wrong. It's just what works best for you. Some people, a lot of people buy stuff at the bins and whatnot, so you can get stuff super cheap, but you can afford to sell it cheap. I don't have that luxury in the area where I'm at. Closest bin store is over an hour away. It seems like whenever I go to that location, there's so many other Goodwills, Salvation Armies, and other stuff like that. I end up hitting those up first, and by the time I'm done going through all those places, I'm too tired to go to the bins, and I sure as hell don't want to sit and fight with all a bunch of other people, digging through bins and everything else. I'm tired. I got a long drive home and what have you. But yeah, so anyway, you're just going to understand and see why this is the model that I chose for myself right now, and this is what works for me. Like I said, different things work for different people. Ultimately, you still end up with the same result, versus, whatever you're pushing out. Yeah, and you can see my average cost per item is $3.51. I like to stay under $4 because typically majority of the stuff I sell is men's clothing, and most of that runs about $3.99 an item. So if I could stay under $4 on average, I'm super happy with that. And you can see, like I said, I was about $3.51. So, all right, let's jump into it. This is what y'all came here for anyway, and see everything I sold. Like I said, a lot of clothes this week. I did sell a few oddball items. No real home runs, which was kind of sad. So hopefully, I did a lot of listing this week. Trying to boost my number up, trying to get it a little higher. I typically float right in the 250 range. I run about 225 to 260-ish is where my store is always at. I do get asked that a lot. How many items do I have in my store? With my sell-through rate, I typically sell about 25 items, between 20 to 30 items a week. So it's right about that 25 item area there. That's about what I get listed. After I get done working, sourcing, I have all my family obligations and other stuff like that. If I can just maintain, or, maybe I get 35 items put up or something like that a week, just so I can kind of just stay ahead. That's typically where I'm at. But, actually right now, I listed 124 items so far this month. I was really surprised when I, actually looked at that number. I didn't think I did that many. I'm ahead of what I've actually sold. Like I said, I sold 88. So, I was actually able to increase my number a little bit. I've got my store as of today is up to 294 items. I think that's the most I've ever had in my store, and I have another 16 items all processed, all ready to go, photos edited, measured, everything. All I got to do is just do my listing. So when I go and I sit down later, watch a little TV or what have you, or catch up on one of these YouTube videos, we all love to sit and watch. I'm going to try and bang out those other 16 items, so that'll have me over 300. Actually, that put me at about 310, so that'll be great. Like I said, I'd like to get about 350, 400, and I'm going to try and hopefully maintain it there. Just see, what kind of difference I get by having another 100 items in my store. And then maybe once I get there, and maybe hopefully have it up to about closer to 500 by once summer gets around. But anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with things, guys. It's first of the year, and just trying to do things a little different. Speaking of different, after this little haul video, I think I'm gonna do a couple little bolos for you guys. Just a couple things I picked up, a couple things you guys can look out for. So I'm gonna I'll have those at the end. Like I said, just something a little different. So anyway, let's jump into it. I'll show you everything I sold. It's probably a little lengthy, but hang in there, guys, and I'll try to speed along through it. All right, first up, sold this really nice Adidas. It's like the Climalite, Bud Light dry fit shirt. So went to the global shipping program. And it had a flaw. I sold a couple shirts with flaws. Actually, I think I had 3 shirts I sold with flaws. I really don't like doing that. But sometimes they're not overly bad. This one here, like I said, here's the hole. It was right in the collar seam, super tiny. So I did this picture here to where you can see it's folded over. You can't see it. What have you. I just wanted to be honest and clear up front and forward with my customers so they knew exactly what they were getting. And I think I had a back view. So you could not see this at all. It's just a really, really tiny little, little hole there. But yeah, nice shirt, $20, and like I said, it went to a global shipping program. I picked it up for $1.23 on a 1-2-3 sale day. Grabbed this really nice Oakley polo shirt. I had this in a haul video here about a month or two ago. Double extra large. Oakley is a brand that I've never picked up before. I grabbed 2 shirts that day. I finally got around to listing them, and I sold them both this week. So, yeah, so I was pretty happy with that. I took a best offer on this one for $19.99. Like I said, just plain, what do I call it? Just navy blue. Buyer already left me feedback. He was really happy with the shirt. Said he loved it, which is even better. Picked up this men's Cutter and Buck dry tech shirt. I had this in a haul video here a while back. Paid $1.23 for this. Yeah, I don't recommend picking up Cutter and Buck. This was double extra large. It was brand new with tags, and I only paid $1.23 for it. So, kind of the trifecta for items that I'll pick up and sell. So it kind of hit all those things. Yeah, so guys, don't rush out picking up Cutter and Buck. Like I said, unless you're grabbing it for $1. They do sell. If you do want to pick one up, but you're typically probably only going to get $12-15 out of one. And let's see what we got next. All right. Sold this LL Bean. It's a Polar Tech fleece-lined vest. LL Bean, I've been talking to a couple other resellers. They said that they've had a real resurgence, I guess, of selling their items. I actually sold 2 or 3 this week, which was kind of surprising. I don't pick up a lot of LL Bean stuff unless it's something different, or I'm getting it extremely cheap. I think I paid $4 for this. I got $29.99 plus bar paid shipping. This went in a padded priority envelope, which now runs about $6.30 to ship. So I made $1 on the shipping end as well, so not too bad there. But yeah, just nice, just sleeveless vest. Had a little bit of pilling on the inside, you can kind of see right there. But overall, nice little vest. Nice return there. Let's see what we got next. So this Ralph Lauren, just extra large custom fit polo shirt. This isn't even the high end at all. This has the cheap tag in it. But this went for $20, and I believe this lady here bought one other shirt from me. I think it was this one. Let's see. Yeah, she bought this shirt as well. I sold this one for $20 to her as well. She asked me, she goes, "Hey, if I buy another shirt," she goes, you got free shipping. Would you give me a deal on it? And I was like, sure. I go, how about $20 for that one as well? So I got $40 out of the 2 shirts. I was able to throw them both in a padded poly mailer. So, and I think on the red one I paid $1.23 for, and I think this one here was no more than $2.99. Typically on the Ralph Lauren polos, I don't like spending more than $2 unless they're double extra large or bigger, because I usually don't get a whole lot out of it. You can see, I put them up for $24.99. It's a little pricey for polos, but I typically run sale quite a bit on some of my items. So that puts it down, and usually I run like 20% off. That'll bring it down to about $19.99, especially if I'm running free shipping. Let's see. So this nice Tommy Bahama long sleeve but front shirt, kind of yellow and blue and white. Not colors I'm a big fan of, but I think I paid $2 or $3.99 for this. Nice dress shirt. Let's see. Okay, sold this Ermengeldo Zegna shirt here. Just a really nice dress shirt. You can see the pattern on it. It's kind of nice pattern. There we go. I did a kind of like a little pattern swatch there. Standard cuffs. This one here had a real light stain. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Yeah, I mean, it's hardly visible at all, but it's there. And like I said, I want to be honest, straightforward with my customers. So I price this a little lower than I typically would for a typical Zegna shirt. And this is a 16.5-inch neck, so this is basically a large. If this was a little bigger size, probably would have got a little more money out of it. And like I said, it had a flaw with it. Looks like a light little coffee stain or what have you. Excuse me. Speaking of coffee. Yeah, it's early where I'm at, so God, that was good. Anyway, yeah, what I get $29.99 out of that, free shipping. Okay. These here are typically the Ralph Lauren's that I like to pick up. Not necessarily the classic fit, but just something that's bright and eye-catching. This is kind of like a rainbow plaid or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, it looks like this. I mean, this is just a really, really nice shirt. I mean, you're going to see it. It catches your eye. And this is size large. Went for $24.99. A bright orange pony on it. Long sleeve. Yeah. Just your basic Ralph Lauren shirt, but those are the type that I like to pick up, just something that's going to catch your eye. I think I paid $1 or $2 for that. And now my computer's going to act up. Great. All right. Okay, you guys been watching me and following me and stuff like that. You guys know I love to sell Harley stuff. I picked this up at a Salvation Army. Found like 2 or 3 different Harley parts items that were brand new and packaged. Well, I can't say that. One of them, somebody must have swapped the parts, put it back in the package, and then, whatever, they upgraded their bike or whatever. Because when I was looking it up and I checked the part number, it wasn't matching. And so I kind of got burned on one thing, but, it's just one of those things where you're doing your research, and, trying to find comps for, where to price it. Yeah, so anyway, I got burned on one of them, but it wasn't like a big deal. But anyway, yeah, I grabbed these foot pegs here. Just kind of like some custom foot pegs. I think I paid $4 for these, and like I said, they were new in package. Sold for $30 plus they weighed just a little over a pound, so I had to ship in priority. Yeah, so that was a nice little return there. Like I said, guys, if you're not aware, grab anything Harley Davidson. Harley, everything sells. I don't care what it is. If it's stuffed animals, like the plushes, blankets, baby clothes. Yeah, I mean, just Harley, everything sells. And it typically doesn't sit around very long. You just got to, obviously you got to get it for the right price and what have you. But yeah, definitely keep your eye out for Harley stuff. If you've been watching my videos, you guys will see the type of stuff that I pick up and I grab whenever I can. Actually, I don't even think I think this is like the first week I didn't sell any Harley shirts. I usually always have at least 2 or 3 a week that I sell. I have picked up quite a few really nice button front shirts. So hopefully those get moving. I do have them priced up a little bit, so we'll see what happens with those. Okay, this one here. This is my best sale of the week. Yeah, so I'm not proud, but like I said, this was my best sale of the week. This is I don't sell a lot of women's clothes. Actually, sell very few women's clothes, but occasionally something will usually either be mixed in with the guy stuff or what have you. But this here is a Brooks Brothers women's, just kind of like a long overcoat or trench coat, whatever. I don't even know how to. I'm not a woman. I don't know how to describe this thing, so this is the best I could do. Yeah. Anyway, I got $70 out of that plus buyer paid shipping. This was priority because it's heavy. But yeah, really nice wool jacket. I tried to take some nice, and it was vented in the back. Nice buttons, a lot of detail. And let's see if I can show you the tag. This here's a size 10. Like I said, I don't know much about women's clothes, so, Connie or Carol, Teresa, you guys, I know some of you ladies, you guys follow me pretty religiously. Was 10 a good size? Leave me a comment below, did I do well on that? This thing didn't sit around very long. I picked it up for $5. So, to get $70 out of it, I was pretty happy. It was half off. Yeah, honestly, for $10, I would have picked this up for $10. Just because I figured I could get a little bit more out of it. I've had this listed maybe 2 months, but I had this listed, I think, around $89 or $100. And I was like, you know what? I better start lowering it so you can get this thing out of here. I don't want to get stuck sitting on it. And like I said, I wasn't really a bit, I don't know what size in women's are really the good sizes to kind of focus on. So, like I said, one of you ladies or any other women that happen to be watching this, what are pretty much the most common ladies sizes? So, if I am picking up something, where do I kind of really want to focus or stay in? Because, like I said, occasionally, I grab stuff. Last week, I sold a really nice Harley Pearl Snap shirt. for women, it just had me mixed in the guys section. I got around $40 or $45 out of that. And I think I picked up an Orvis, a women's Orvis dress shirt the other day that was mixed in with some guys stuff. So, like I said, if stuff's mixed in and I see something that's nice, yeah, definitely I'll pick up some women's stuff. But, yeah, guys, help me out here. I appreciate it. You guys like to watch my stuff to pick up and learn stuff. I could definitely learn from you guys as well. I don't claim to be an expert on anything, in women's clothing and what have you is one area I'm definitely need some help with. So, anyway, let's see what we got next. Okay, grab these. My lord, I really got to upgrade this computer. All right, this here is Keith and Kristen Getty. I believe these are gospel singers. I'm not real sure. I just knew that they weren't mainstream. I see them in my Goodwill. They were new sealed. They're 99 cents a piece, so I quick scanned them. These were going to go to Amazon, but I said I don't mess with Amazon hardly at all anymore. I am still getting checks from them, which is awesome. That means my stuff's still selling, but they're definitely not near as big as they used to be. But still, what I'm happy with $50 a week, $50 a week. It's, typically about what I'm still getting out of them. So, I don't have a lot of stuff in there yet, but, my stuff is still selling, which is great. And these were, the two of these together were still light enough. They were under 8 ounces, so they cost me like $2.60-ish to ship. So yeah, not too bad there. Come on, girl. Yeah. Man, this thing is really, really bogged down today. I don't know what's going on. I probably need to increase my internet connection as well. It's probably not helping things. All right, let's see. Okay, here's another Tommy Bahama dress shirt. Sold a lot of Tommy Bahama stuff this week, which is kind of weird. Not that I don't sell Tommy Bahama stuff, but it just seemed like a lot of it kind of went this week. Like I said, this short sleeve, a couple chest pockets. This is a shirt I've had actually for quite a while. Nice color. And this has the Tencel in it. One of my viewers actually told me to really keep an eye out for Tencel or use that as a keyword. I guess people actually search for that. So, okay. I threw that in my description up there. Maybe that helped sell it. I don't know. But, yeah, so I got $24.99 out of that. And I think on this shirt here, I probably paid $2-3 for that. Okay, this one here, I think I had this in a haul video here the other day, or it was a haul video I scrapped. I'm not sure. I know I had one I did for you guys. I didn't like the way it came out, and I ended up chucking it. But yeah, this is awesome. Man, guys, big sizes. And be on the lookout for big sizes. They sell awesome, and you get great money out of them. Like I said, this is just your typical Ralph Lauren classic fit shirt. But look at that. 3 extra large tall. This is a big ass shirt, guys. Yeah, 3XL tall. 3X is awesome. Talls are awesome. But man, you combine the two of them. You can see I got $40 out of that shirt, and it sold, I believe, in less than 24 hours. So, yeah, super return there. And this one was dry cleaned also. Left the dry clean tag on there. Just the gingham check and what have you. So, yeah, nice little return there. Definitely keep an eye out for the super big and tall sizes. They sell great. Like I said, Ralph Lauren crap's everywhere. I sell it. Everybody sells Ralph Lauren. It's everywhere. You can find it everywhere. But you want to get a little more bang for your buck, watch out for the bigger sizes. The bigger sizes are going to move way quicker, and you're definitely going to get a lot more money out of them. All right, these are the Tommy Bahamas I like to sell. Like I said, I sold quite a few Hawaiian shirts, it seemed like, this week, or, a lot for me. It's nice and bright, kind of wild, just, all over the place. Just nice shirt here. See if I can click on that one. Yeah, just, nice shirt. It's the Island Modern Fit. Extra large, 100% silk. And you see I got $30 out of that. And free shipping. I think I probably paid $2.99 for that. So that's, that style, that's the one I'm going to look out for is, something like that. When I'm picking up Tommy Bahama stuff anymore, I want bright, wild. That's the stuff that sells. People see it. It pops out in your listing. This one here is a, I'm the Parrot picker. Everybody asks me what the heck's a Parrot. I'm a big Jimmy Buffett fan. Jimmy Buffett's fans are, we're all known as Parrot heads. Kind of like the Grateful Dead. They got the dead heads or, what have you. We're Parrot heads. So, this is an older, Margaritaville shirt. It's got Parrot on the, chest there. Nothing exciting. I picked this up on a 1-2-3 day, so I paid $1.23 for this shirt. It's the only reason I grabbed it. I wouldn't have grabbed this any other way or reason. Margaritaville stuff does sell, and it does sell pretty decent. But you gotta be careful what you're grabbing. And like I said, this is a shirt I would have not typically picked up, but like I said, I got it for $1. So I figured, I should at least get 15 out of it, and I was okay with that. I had it listed for $16.99. Ran a little sale on it, so I got $13.50. Free shipping. So by the time I paid my shipping, which was probably about $3.60 on this, I made about $10 on this shirt. So I was okay with that. Let's see what we got next. All right, this is another Tommy Bahama shirt. Like I said, this is a style that I like to grab. Something that's bright, catches your eye. Even though this is like a maroon or burgundy, and it's got like the beige in it. It's got the nice shell buttons, the lily loop collar, 100% silk, extra large. Pretty much everything I like about, when I'm out picking Tommy Bahama stuff, these are the style that I like to grab. And I had that one listed for $34.99. I've been pricing my Tommy stuff up a little higher now, just because some of the stuff I'm picking. I've been getting a little better quality stuff, so I know I can ask a little bit more for it. And if I run it on sale, I'm still making a decent amount. Like I said, I had this for $34.99. Had it 20% off, so I still got $28 out of it. So definitely okay with that. I think I paid $2 or $3.99 for that shirt, so not too bad. And it sold, I think, within a week or two. So, okay, got this at Salvation Army on a half off day. This one here, oh yeah, this is Nike Golf. Man, I was super happy when I found this shirt. Like I said, because it was Nike Golf, it was 3XL, it was dry fit. I was like, yes. I go, this is gonna be a good shirt. Probably gonna get $25 to $29 out of it. Should sell quick. I got home, started going through it, checking it all out, measuring it, and then I noticed this. I had a hole. Tiny little hole right where the swoosh on the sleeve is. So I was like, crap, what am I going to do with this? This shirt is too nice. It's big. Everybody wants big. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to throw it up for auction and see what I get out of it. So I put it up for $5, starting auction price. And, I threw shipping on there to make sure I was at least going to get my money back on the shipping end. I paid $2 for it. So I knew I was going to at least make a couple dollars. And I had a ton of views. I must have had close to 100 views on this thing. I guess for getting a Nike shirt for $5, you're going to get a lot of views. But, obviously the whole deterred some people. But I ended up getting one person jumped on it. So yeah, I paid $5. And then, I had flat rate shipping on there. So wherever they lived, I don't know, flat rate was $6 for them, or that's what they paid. But since I get the top rated discount, it only cost me like $3.60 to ship, so I made another $2 or $3 on the shipping end. So, when everything was all said and done, I probably made about $5-6 on this shirt. So, not too bad for something I was just going to toss in a bag or redonate. So, yeah, anyway, like I said, I don't try to get in the habit of selling, stuff with flaws. Like I said, that's like the third shirt this week that had a little bit of a issue or whatever. But, I still got some pretty good money. I think the Budweiser shirt was $20. The Zegna shirt was $30, and this one was so, not too bad out of 3 shirts. I typically before I would have just tossed them in a bag and redonated them, but I've been now when I'm running across stuff like that, I'm either just putting it up for auction or really denoting it and just seeing what I can get out of it. So anyway, let's see what we got next here, kids. All right, it's another LL Bean item. Had this on sale. Had it listed for $24.99. Just short sleeve, button front shirt, chest pocket. Nice shirt, regular fit. I think. Yeah, this is a regular fit. Got a little bit of shadowing on there. I don't know what the heck was going on with that. But anyway, yeah, I got $20 out of that. Like I said, I'm gonna look at picking up maybe a few more LLB items if I can find them in a larger size. Like I said, I talked to a couple other resellers, and they said that stuff's really been doing well for them. Excuse me, again, all of a sudden. So I don't know. We'll see. If I can get some stuff for $1, I'm definitely a player for $1. Here's another Oakley shirt I sold this week, double extra large, kind of pink and gray. This one here had a little more going on with it, so I listed it a little higher. Had this one for $24.99. Had it on sale for a couple days over the weekend, so I got $20 out of it. It's got Oakley on the shoulder there. I thought it was kind of neat, and the O on the back. Snap collar, chest pocket. Like I said, a little bit more going on than the other shirt. And then this is the hydraulics. I don't know what that is, but I guess that's a nice keyword. I found that in some other comparable listings. So yeah, so I sold both my Oakley shirts that I got listed. Looks like last week. So I was happy with that, and I think I paid full price for those. So it was like $2.99, $3.99. Okay, what we got next? All right, this is another one of those Orvis shirts that I had in that Orvis lot I picked up the other day. I think I had about 8 Orvis shirts. I sold 3 of them last week. I list these all at $29.99. I threw some different things on sale this week just to move some stuff. I paid $4 for it. It's dry cleaned. I leave the dry clean tags on stuff. The shirt was, it's ugly as sin. I wouldn't be caught dead in this thing, but hey, somebody wanted it, and they're gonna love it way more than me, and I love their money more than obviously they did. So anyway, yeah, so it was a nice little sale there. I think I only got 1 or 2 of those shirts left now, so yeah, I made pretty good money on that whole Orvis deal I picked up. And if this thing ever loads, I'll show you what else I sold. Looks like I got. Google Chrome is not responding. That is not good, guys. Well, this thing is going. How's everybody's sales this week? Did you guys all do well? Did you guys find anything good? Leave me a comment below if you guys found anything really awesome this week. I love hearing what other people are picking up, what they sell. I know I got a couple of viewers. They leave me comments about what all they find. But yeah, I love hearing what other people are picking up, selling, what they sold it for. It gives me different ideas, stuff to look out for. Like I said, I'm no expert at all on any of this stuff. This here's something new I've kind of started picking up. I've been selling them, here and there. I'm trying to learn as much as I can about jeans. I used to never monkey with jeans, but, I've been watching Jason Sloan, Prof Sales, quite a bit. I've been learning a lot about jeans. This guy sells just an enormous amount of jeans. Kind of learning how to photograph them, how to do, what have you. This here's a pair of Lucky brand, just relaxed fit jeans. Are 38, 32. This is how I do my photo, or my lead photo anyway, just so you can kind of see the pant, you can see the pocket. I know a lot of people will lead with like a butt shot photo, something like this, whatever. But that's what the tag looks like. It's for Lucky Brands. Pretty decent brand to grab. You can see the pockets. That's what the inside looks like, or the inside tag. I think they have something cool on the fly too. I believe the Lucky does. Yeah, this is Lucky You. When you unzip the zipper, yeah, kind of something kind of different. And then I always take a picture of the cuffs. That way you can see, if there's been any wear, stuff like that. So yeah, these were actually some really nice jeans. I got $30 out of that. They went in a priority bubble mailer, so these were like $6.30 to ship. So I got about another $1 out of those on the shipping end. Slowly I've been picking up some jeans, just something new. I've been focusing on, not focusing, but just kind of added, jeans. I'm doing a lot more suits and blazers. I think I got 4 or 5 of those listed this past week. Those are long tail items, though. They don't sell overly fast, but, when they do sell, you get some really a nice little return on those. And, I typically try to pick up blazers or suits for under $5, and I don't list any of them under $50. So, that's kind of where I'm at with those. Okay, and here's the last item I got, guys. Okay, so Nike Golf, just a dry fit shirt. And this one had just a little smudge down here as well. But it went for $20, double extra large. You know, you can't beat the 2XL. 2XL is gold. I love selling that stuff. And another reason I love selling it, I wear 2XL. So a lot of times I get to wear stuff a couple times and then off to eBay it goes. So, you know, I guess that's the advantage of being a reseller. You know, sometimes you get to wear some really different and cool, unique clothes, and then, you know, and then you just get your money back for them. So, yeah, not too bad there. Like I said, and this is just a way I was doing some photos earlier. So this is actually, I've had this one around for a while. But yeah, so anyway, that's that. Yeah, that's all the items that I sold this week. All right. You know, I promised you guys I'd show you a couple different BOLOs, a couple different things to look out for. These are a couple things I picked up this week. You know, they're not, you know, it's not big money, but, you know, it's just something that you tend to run across quite a bit. And usually you can pick them up for $1 or $2, and, you know, they're worth about, you know, $20-$30. So, I love grabbing this stuff. So, yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it. First up, yeah, this here is a Polaroid, what do they call it, like a land camera, I believe. Yeah, Polaroid land camera. This is the SX70, I believe. And then this one has a flash on the top. It's removable, which is really, really cool. I got to check the flash yet, though. It takes like 4 AA batteries, so I just want to make sure that that works. And then I'll show you, let me click here. So here it should be sold. This camera here goes, on average, about $35. Yeah, this is recent solds. This is one here that sold yesterday, $45. It doesn't even have a flash on it, but this Polaroid one-step SX70. Yeah, so the ones with the rainbow stripe, there's another one that sold yesterday, $35. You know, another one, $25, $20. That one went for, did I say $100? Wow. Oh, because I had a thing of film. That one went for $100. I had some film with it. Man, if you guys could find the Polaroid film, that's another one. And I'm going to throw that one. That's another freebie for you guys. If you guys can find Polaroid film in the package new, that stuff goes for great money. Look up Polaroid film on eBay. That stuff always goes for really, really good money. I've only found it a couple times out in the wild, and I sell it immediately. It's just, man. Yeah, let's see. There's another one of those cameras. That one's $79. And that one sold 2 days ago. So, I mean, you can see this is, you know, there's one for 18, but, yeah, another one for 40, 30. So, you know, like I said, about $35, $40 is what you can expect. You find these, run across them all the time, and they're usually, you could get them for, you know, normally, I think I paid $1.50 for the one that I got. Yeah, which is a super deal there. But yeah, so this nice little BOLO for you guys. You guys can look out for. You know, I thought maybe this would be something a little different. Maybe I can start adding this to my Making Money Mondays once in a while. Just, you know, throwing something new off for you guys. All right, and I'll give you one more. You know, it's nothing crazy, not whatever, but I know you guys run across these all the time. We're on garage sale and a Goodwill, whatever. All right, number 2, Bop It. This here is Bop It Extreme. This is from 1998. You know, we all had these when we were kids. Well, I don't know if you're my age. I'm 45, so or my kids had them. Yeah, it was a fun toy. It's loud. It's annoying. Whatever. But for whatever reason, those things they're highly desirable. They go for about $20-$25. Usually, you can get them for $1, $2 tops. And yeah, let me click on this here's solds. Comparable solds for you guys if it will load. Yeah. Okay, this one here sold yesterday. Well, someone took a best offer, but they had it for $29.99, so they probably took $20. Went for 10, but they had shipping on it. This is 21 free shipping, 23 free shipping, another $21.99 free shipping. You know, $29.99 free shipping. So you can see about where I mean, and this is, you know, it's been what, 3 days ago. You know, I mean, they sell. So, let's see, it's what, $20, $27. Yeah, you can find one in the package, $100, $24.99. So you can see about where that sells. Yeah, I mean, you just wouldn't think that would sell for that, but yeah. So I pick these up, whatever I can find them. And there's different models. This one here, I believe, is the first model. There's like an Extreme 2 and Extreme 3, but the original Bop It Extreme, yeah, it's there you go, guys. You can see it right there. You can pick them up super cheap, and they do sell. And yeah, for like I said, I have no problem turning $1 or $2 into $20, and I think they weigh less than a pound. So as long make sure the battery compartment's nice and clean. Because I think those take 4 batteries. I did check that one out already. And actually, I think I already got that listed. I think I listed mine for $24.99 free shipping. So hopefully that'll be sold, and maybe I'll have that in my next sales update video for you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys like this. Hope you guys maybe like having the little bolos at the end. See my total sales update. And what have you, and some of the items I sold. I know this video was a little windy and long. Got it probably approaching about 40 minutes. So, yeah, if you guys hung in this long, man, congratulations. Like I said, I can't believe anyone wants to listen to me talk and ramble or watch what I'm selling for that long. But, yeah, anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody that tunes in, watches, follows me. If you haven't seen me before, hit the subscribe button. I try to put these videos out. I do the Making Money Mondays typically every week. Like I said, I believe this is volume 20. So, you can go back through and check out some of my older videos. Some of them, the first ones are a little rough. They're getting better. I'm always picking up something weird, different, odd. Just this week I didn't sell any of those things. A lot of clothes this week. Tomorrow, I'm off work. It's the end of the month. It's the last Tuesday of the month. So, all the Goodwills in my region are having a 1, 2, 3 sale. So I'm hoping to hit at least 4 of those tomorrow, do some serious damage. And then I can have a nice haul video for you guys, show you everything I pick up and what have you. So, God, it'd be great if I could get some suits for $1. That'd be super awesome. Sometimes they participate in that. Some of them don't. I know, like my local Goodwill, 1 month they'll participate in that, the next month they won't. So I always got to ask when I walk in the door. But man, I'm telling you what, if I can get a suit or a blazer for $1, that's gold. Then I don't mind selling it for $35 or whatever. But like I said, typically I do my blazers and suits at least a minimum of $50. So anyway, I talked enough. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this, if you like this sort of thing. If you have any questions or comments for me, leave them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you. If there's anything else you want to see, something you want me to do different, or whatever. I love hearing from you guys. Let me know what all you're selling, and how your guys' sales have been, things you're going to do different for this next year. All right, that's it. I keep telling you I'm done. I'm done. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. That's my time. Ends up, everybody. Bye.